In savannah lived a young lion named Jabari. He had a magnificent mane and paws that were built for pouncing. Jabari loved his home, but he had a very big problem. He had a very short fuse. Whenever things didn't go his way, a tiny spark of frustration would quickly turn into a blazing fire of anger. If a tower of stones he was building tumbled down, or if the sun went behind a cloud when he wanted to sunbathe, Jabari didn't just frown. He didn't just huff. He would take a deep breath, open his mouth wide, and let out a roar so loud that the leaves on the trees would tremble and shake. One afternoon, Jabari was playing a game of catch with his friend Amari the monkey. Amari accidentally tossed the coconut a little too high, and it got stuck in the thick branches of an acacia tree. Jabari felt that familiar heat rising in his chest. He turned to Amari and let out a roar that echoed across the plains. Startled by the noise, Amari scrambled away as fast as his limbs could carry him. Jabari watched his friend disappear into the distance. Suddenly, the savannah felt very quiet and very empty. Jabari sat down in the dirt, feeling a heavy, cold sadness replace the hot anger. He realized that his big roars were pushing everyone away. "That was quite a storm you kicked up, young Jabari," a slow, gravelly voice whispered. Jabari looked up to see Mzi, the oldest tortoise in the wild. Mzi moved slowly, carrying the wisdom of 100 years on his patterned shell. He crawled closer to the lonely lion, his eyes kind and steady. "My heart feels like it's boiling," Jabari confessed, a tear prickling his eye. "When I get mad, I can't stop the roar from coming out. It just explodes." Mzi nodded slowly. "Anger is like a bowl of hot soup, little one. If you try to gulp it down while it's bubbling, it will burn you and everyone around you." "What do you do with soup that is too hot?" Mzi asked. Jabari thought for a second. "You wait? Or you blow on it?" Mzi smiled. "Exactly. You must blow on the soup to cool it down. When you feel that roar bubbling up, you must stop and pretend you are cooling a very hot soup." Jabari tried to follow along. He took a breath in through his nose, feeling his belly grow round. Then he puckered his lips and blew out softly and slowly, just like Mzi. "Take a deep breath of the cool air," Mzi coached, "and blow out the heat of the soup. Do it until the steam stops rising." The next day, Jabari was practicing his pouncing when his favorite vine ball got snagged on a sharp thorn bush. He felt the spark. He felt the heat. His chest began to swell, and he felt the urge to let out a roar that would shake the horizon. But then, he remembered Mzi's gourd of soup. Jabari stopped. He closed his eyes tight. He took a long, deep breath through his nose, smelling the dry grass and the rain-scented wind. He pictured a big, steaming bowl of soup right in front of his nose. He didn't roar. Instead, he puckered his lips and began to blow. He blew once. He blew twice. On the third breath, the heat in his chest began to fade away. He felt cool, like the savannah at twilight. He didn't feel like roaring anymore. He looked at the thorn bush and, instead of attacking it, he carefully used one single claw to unhook his ball, being mindful of the prickers. Amari the monkey peeked out from behind a baobab tree, surprised by the silence. Jabari waved him over with a friendly paw. "Want to play?" Jabari asked softly. Amari grinned and swung down. Jabari knew the hot soup might return, but now he knew exactly how to cool it down, one breath at a time.